Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the June 8th Lebanon Board of Works meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call of members. Madam Clerk, the roll, please.
Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure. Present. Bill Stoner. Present. Alan Milburn.
Present.
And Dick Robertson.
Here.
Thank you.
And do we have minutes? No minutes at this meeting, so we'll have those at our next meeting. Move on to department head reports. First up will be Police Department, Major Hood.
Good afternoon. In the time since the last department report, the Lebanon Police Department has responded to 1,069 calls for service, investigated 33 vehicle crashes, and effected 18 arrests. Those arrests were for the following charges: 6 operating while intoxicated, 3 on warrants, 2 for domestic battery, 2 for driving while suspended, 2 for resisting law enforcement, 1 for dealing methamphetamine, 1 for unlawful possession of a firearm by a domestic batterer, and 1 operator never receiving a license. In training, nothing significant to report with the Memorial Day holiday and the end of schools activities going on. Pending your questions, this concludes my report.
Thank you, Major Hood. Any questions for the Police Department from the board? No. From public? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up will be Fire Department, Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has responded to 163 emergency calls for service, logged 265 training hours, and completed 66 commercial inspections. There's a lot going on at Station 213. This week, the plans are to pour the slabs. They're going to continue with the face brick installation, finishing up the HVAC, and continuing hanging drywall. They're able to control the humidity and temperature somewhat inside the building now, so a lot's changing. Training, Captain Sam Doherty served as camp counselor at the Hoosier Burn Camp. Captain Jason Adams and Lieutenant Chris Perry are attending National Live Fire Instructor Training in Lafayette. Fire Academy updates. Last Friday was the Pike Township Fire Academy graduation. Elliot Young and Jimmy Midens graduated, and they're both being assigned to shift this week. The Northside Fire Academy recruits Mike Barna, Josh Westfall, and Garrett Morton completed vehicle machinery extrication training last week, and the recruits are beginning Hazmat Week this week. That's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for the Fire Department from the board? No. From the public? Okay. Thank you, sir. All right, next up will be Parks and Recreation, John Messenger.
Good evening. We had a few trees down from the past couple of storms, and one north of the Big Four at Abner Longley due to the storms. We got them all cleaned up, taken care of. June's calendar picks up with events filling every weekend. Day camps from our local organizations as well as from nearby towns and communities. I think 3 buses coming from Westfield this Friday. They'll be visiting the water park. For the 4th of July, visitors wanting to celebrate our 250th year parade from the park, please do not place any tarps or blankets on the grounds. Setup is not allowed before Friday at 4 p.m. That's Friday the 3rd, 4 p.m. Put some ropes out and stage. I know there'll be a lot of picnicking going on prior to that, but and somebody's already staked it out, and I pulled those up today. So July 3rd, I still think it's my brother, but anyway, we'll find that out later. The carnival arrives on Tuesday, June 30th in Memorial Park. They will be in the park until July 5th, so they'll probably pull in that Sunday prior to that. Please follow our social media sites and the City Lebanon pages for updates. The Boone County 4th of July Committee Facebook page will also be posting frequent updates and information. You can also follow along by listening to Radio Mom 91.1 FM and the Lebanon Reporter. Scott Carney is just fantastic of all his information. And also, Kristen Scott will be up here in a second from the 4th of July Committee. She's leading it up. Big job on her hands, 250th year, but she'll be asking for road closures today. Programs and events, our swim lessons will begin next Monday, June 15th, and will run for 2 weeks. both morning and night events. We are excited to meet with our new groups of kids this season. This past Saturday was a real busy weekend for our parks. Kiwanis Fishing Derby had a great turnout. We stocked it obviously a couple days before with some 2-foot catfish, about 200 of them. It's just so neat to see everybody, and they caught fish this year. Overcast, and these little kids catching bluegill. I think 24 bluegill was the biggest fish number. Really cool. And see them walk away with bass trophies, which I never received one as a child. A little jealous there. But seriously, it's great to see all those kids light up, and Kiwanis just does a great job with all that, and they're very good to our community. So I want to thank them for all their hard work. Eli Lilly hosted their employee appreciation event at Abner Longley and finished up right before the bad weather. Again, there was anticipated 3,000. I think they had about half that, maybe a little more, 1,700. They bussed them in from, they parked at 4-H. We worked with them for quite a while on that. They all had a great time and just really enjoyed our park. So I want to thank them for coming out. The car show in Memorial Park had several cars that participated, and they enjoyed the day as well. That's a group from Kokomo. It's Buick, Cadillac, and Oldsmobile. Just a nice people. They just love our parks, and we took them from Kokomo, or they've come to enjoy our parks. The Boone County Cancer Society will be hosting their car show and food trucks this Saturday. Come out and enjoy. You can look at the Facebook page, see the times. And it's held at Memorial Park. I think they're bringing motorcycles in this year, but they do a nice group, and all that money stays in Boone County for the Cancer Society. I want to just shout out to them. They do a great job. The park will be taken over towards the end of June with all the 4th of July festivities and the carnival. So stay tuned for more information. Everything seems to be running smooth, well-oiled machine. So all the team's doing great. Joe, I just can't thank him enough for the Summerfest. Him and Mariah were down there just working really hard, and they did a very nice job. What a great event for our community. Just want to shout out to him, too.
Thank you, John. Any questions for the Parks Department from the board? From the public? Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next up will be Engineering Department, Kevin Krulik.
Back to the top of the page here. This report's getting too long. I know you're probably not the only one that feels that.
It's a lot of scrolling.
It's a lot of scrolling. I promise you we're not going to go through every project tonight. Do want to bring a couple of project updates to your attention, though. Grant Street Phase 2, a lot going on over there. Essentially, what we've been working on up until now is water. We've completed the installation of the water mains south to the north edge of the New Jack property, the North Mechanical property. So from the avenue all the way there, that has been completed. It is in the process of being chlorinated and tested. We've also then turned attention to storm sewer work in the area. So that is just the first phase of the water. The water continues to go north, and storm sewer will continue for some time. So, but that's what we're working on right now, and what the look ahead looks like for the next couple of weeks. Lizatville and Elm Swamp, the intersection work there. Happy to report that's all complete. The striping has been finalized. All the grass seed is down, actually already coming up. We hit the weather perfectly there. Straw will expected to be picked up next week, and that'll close out that project. Further north of there, we did get 4 letters of interest on our RFP for the design of Elm Swamp Road from Anderson Lane up to 300 North. Again, this is just for design for a tentative future project, but we had 3 good responses that we are reviewing and scoring right now. No updates in terms of selection to provide you there, but we will be back for you in 2 weeks to give you a recommendation. On Fordyce, I know we've had some complaints, some concerns. I feel these concerns as well regarding the quality of the grass out there. So we brought in another local contractor, John George, locally to look at that with us. We walked it last week. He's going to be a subcontractor to Milestone, and his job is just to be there to make sure the grass turns green. Now, I will say, most of that work is going to be delayed till the fall when we can have a better chance of success. So probably in early September, we will start killing off some of the weeds, possibly killing off some of the grass we do have, tilling some things up, reseeding, and making sure that that turns green here in the fall grass growing season. So we are working on that and developing a plan to move that forward and complete that project. Again, it's not additional expense to the city. Milestone has agreed to let us bring in a local contractor that we trust that has our current grading and seeding contract with the city, and we feel confident about John's abilities to turn that around. On the Whit Road project, Lebanon Utilities is getting ready to start relocating utility poles. First thing, though, we've got to do is do some tree clearing. Weather pending, that tree clearing has been released and should start this week. But it's also, there's a lot of rain in the forecast, so we're not sure how productive we will be, but the tree clearing is getting started for the utility relocation work. Jumping to park projects, the Old Street Garage, the master planning process that we're going through right there is being really productive. Really, over the past couple of months, we have reevaluated the master plan. We've tweaked the site plan to get the best out of that park. Nothing is really changed in the programming, but there's always tweaks that we do as we get into final design. So we've really finalized our site plan. We've also, last time we met, about 2 weeks ago, we met to go over shelter options. I think everyone's going to be really excited. We're really going to have a shelter facility there that's really going to be a special place and I think draw people into that park. And I'm looking forward to the meetings this Thursday where we will be exploring in more detail skate park options. So essentially, we're ticking through all of the different site features and we're refining these designs from the master plan. And this is all to put together a final set of construction documents that will be used for pricing. Preliminary pricing, though, is still coming back from the BOT team, and it is favorable where we expect it to be. Abner Longley Park perimeter path. A lot's going on down there. Essentially, we have the path paved now along the south side of the old Conservation Club pond. So through the trees there, there's a new asphalt path there. So there is now a loop that goes entirely around the pond. We've also been working kind of in the southeast quadrant over there near Hendricks Drive, and that down to Birchwood. That portion of the path is also paved, and now we're continuing to work back to the north, back along the softball field, back up to the pickleball and tennis courts, and connecting that up to the parking lot near the football fields. So weather pending, although this week it looks like to be a wet week. Not sure how much more production we'll get done, but we'll continue to work through that. In that same area, the storage building renovations is all substantially complete. The only remaining work there is really the driveway up to the new door on the east side of that renovation, and that is part of the path paving contract. So that'll be completed here in the next couple of weeks. Actually, looking probably towards the end of the month to wrap up all the paving work down there. We've had some delays, of course, with the weather. I think the last update I gave you was about the 17th. It's probably not going to happen by the 17th. So, police department projects are also evaluating. The selection committee is evaluating they evaluated 9 proposals that were submitted on that BOT RFPQ, and they have shortlisted 5 teams. I'll just list the major contracting entity of the teams that we'll be working with, and that is BW Construction, Meyer-Najum, Garmong, T&W, and Hagerman. And interviews have now been set with those 5 teams for a week from today. So Monday the 15th, the selection committee will be interviewing those teams and proceeding with scoring of those proposals and making a decision. On fire department projects, Chief Batts gave you a good update on what's happening over at Station 213. Up at Station 212, we've got a renovation project that we're getting ready to tee off. We put out an RFP for construction manager as advisor services, and we got 4 proposals there, and later in the evening, I'll be making a selection recommendation for this entity to move forward into contracting with. LEAP district work, the Training and Learning Center, we have an RFI out on the street, a request for information to look at teams that would be there, that would be in the wheelhouse there to develop, build, and operate that facility. We got our first response today, so that's a good thing. And those responses are not due back till the 22nd, but we got our first response today. So we'll keep you posted on that as we continue to work through that process. Lots of work going on out there, primarily in the LEAP district, though. You'll see earthwork starting on a project for the city at 200 West from 32 up to 52. That should start in the next couple of days. So by the time I'm back before you again at the end of the month, you should start seeing earthwork happening up there. We've completed review and approval of the construction plans and released those permits at this point, though. That's all I have.
Thank you, Kevin. Any questions for Kevin from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next up would be Planning Department, Ben Bontrager.
Evening, board members. Since the last Board of Works meeting, the Planning Department has completed 101 building inspections, so still seeing quite a bit of activity on the construction side there. And then also issued 50 building permits. And in that list of 50 permits, there were 2 new single-family home permits, so still seeing some good activity there, and would expect that to continue to ramp up as we get later in the year and get some additional lots on the ground ready to go with some new permits. So, and again, still good commercial industrial activity, 2 new commercial industrial permits and 3 foundation permits, so still seeing a lot of activity on both residential and commercial side, and expect that to continue. On terms of Plan Commission agenda items for June, we do have the Braun Property Development PUD rezone and ordinance. This, I think I mentioned it last month, but it did continue this month. It's a 150-acre mixed-use development called Northgate that was at the northeast corner of State Road 39 and 300 North, so on the north side of the community. Looking forward to that, working its way through the process. And the second one is a rezone request from Shaker Square. They've got some additional property that was master planned for development back in the 90s that was never developed, and now are rezoning to allow for that residential development to continue. So again, two new projects working their way through the process. On the code enforcement side, to continue to see a lot of activity there. Total investigative activities, over 100 of those in the last couple of weeks, and new cases expected. Now that the weather's getting nicer and people are out and seeing things, and certainly grass is growing, we're seeing trash and debris, and grass and weeds being the 2 biggest, by far, number of cases that we're seeing across the community. But again, if people have things they're questioning or concerned about in terms of code enforcement, please contact our office and we'll be happy to address those. With that, that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions for Ben from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next will be Public Works Department. I don't see Jason, so we'll get that next time. And last but not least, Communications and Community Development, Joe LePage.
Evening, everybody. John kind of mentioned a little bit, but first we want to thank everyone for coming out to the first half of Boone County Summerfest 2026. That was on June 5th and was scheduled for June 6th as well. The Bejeweled Band took the stage first on the 5th, and the Karate Girls, the first time in Lebanon, will not be the last. They did a great job there. On Saturday, the Climbing Tower, the Potato Sack Slide was just starting to pick up, and Telly, our story booth, was really starting to get hopping, and then Mother Nature decided to have other plans. The bad news is we got absolutely soaked. Everything was all just completely waterlogged. But big kudos to PAC 359 and 3590. We once again worked with them to be able to have them help set up and tear down the event. Everyone was absolutely just waterlogged all the way down to the bone, and everyone just picked up really quickly after that we decided to call the event. And so big thanks to the Parks Department for their picnic tables and trash cans, also DPW dropping off the barriers for us to use. The bad news was we didn't get to hear Jay Baker or the Flying Toasters. The good news is that Jason Hayes, Lebanon graduate, wants to bring the Flying Toasters back to play a free show kind of the second half of Summerfest. And so we're working with him on a date in August, late August, to be able to kind of have it be Summerfest, but as you're coming back to school. And so the band wants to be able to play and be able to have the not only the kickoff, but also the kind of culmination of summer taking place. And so more details to come on that. And again, John kind of mentioned as well, because it is taking place at Abner Longley Park, details falling into place with Symphony at Sunset, bringing that back on Saturday, June 27th. Got some food trucks that'll be there. The gates will open at 5 p.m. This is a free-to-attend event for all members of our community and visitors as well. All of our marketing has just been launched, and so you'll see some TV spots. You'll see some also ads on a lot of your favorite TV stations on their websites, and so rolling out the marketing there. Fireworks will close the event with the Lafayette Symphony Orchestra playing about a 50-minute set starting around 7, and so culminating with the fireworks as we've had in the past. Thrilling to be able to bring that back after several years of kind of hibernation and a global pandemic, but being able to bring that back on the 250th is pretty great to be able to do that. And so the goal is to be able to do this year after year. And so want to see how it goes with our public and see if it's as popular this year as it had been in years past. And if Mother Nature decides to allow it to happen, we look forward to bringing that to everyone, the free-to-attend event again on Saturday, June 27th, starting at 5 p.m. That's all I've got this time around.
Thank you, Joe. Any questions for Joe from the board, from the public? I would echo comments earlier. Had a chance to attend Summerfest on Friday night. Great crowd, great event. So bummed it got rained out Saturday, but I know the community was, just great to just be there and see the community enjoy that event together. So appreciate all your hard work putting that together, Joe.
We'd like to ramp it up. Next year is year 10 for our Boone County Summerfest.
Really?
We're looking at some acts that may be a little bit more higher ticket, but at the same time, maybe you've heard of before. So,
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, that concludes department head reports. Move on to old business. I don't have anything on my agenda. Anything from the board?
No.
Okay. New business then. First item up here will be a street closure request for the upcoming 4th of July parade. So 4th of July committee, Kristen Linton.
Good evening, council members. I am Kristen Linton. I am the chairman for the Boone County 4th of July Committee. I am joined tonight by your parade chairman, Heather Bertner. We are here today to ask for the road closures, the typical road closures that we usually have every year. We start at the high school, go to Outer Drive, up Eulin Drive, down Meridian. We take the turn on Main Street and then back down east and then to Tiger Way. So we're just requesting the traditional road closures so we can bring you the traditional fun that you expect.
And remind me the times for the closures you're requesting
12:30 is what time it,
for the full closure? Okay.
yes.
Okay. Any questions or concerns with that?
Same route as last year?
Same route,
As always, yep.
always the same.
Well, that one year on East Street, we did do a detour, right, when
we
East Street
did
was closed.
It did get a little tricky for a minute.
We got it done, though. All right. Any questions or concerns? I think not approving the 4th of July parade committee, or excuse me, the 4th of July parade in the 250 would be a grave mistake. But is there anybody else concerned or questions?
so.
I'll make a motion to approve that. Is there a second?
I'll make a motion, we approve the July 4th parade route.
All right. Dix makes the motion instead. Second? Second from Judge. All fair say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. That's approved. Thank you so much. Appreciate the hard work and good luck this month.
We thank you so much. We'll see you there.
All right. All right. Next up, another street closure request for the Decades Music Festival from the Heart of Lebanon. Sarah.
Hello, thank you for letting me come and present this to you guys tonight. You have already approved a road closure request for part of this event, and I presented it along with a bunch of other road closures, and so I'm excited to have this opportunity to share a little bit more about this particular event with you tonight because it is new, and I brought a poster with me to give you an illustration. So some of you may know that the Heart of Lebanon is celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year, and so we thought it would be fun to do an event celebrating all of the decades from the 1920s all the way to today. So this event's going to have live music, vendors, dancing, and more classic fun. If any of you have heard of a Porch Fest event, it's kind of similar to that, whereas there's music going on in different areas of our district, kind of overlapping at the same time. So we're going to start at 6:30 with the Boone County Community Band in Alley Oop playing music from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. At 7 o'clock in the East LPD lot, we have the Bodacious Band. They're going to be playing music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then at 8 o'clock on Meridian Street, we have Rockology Chicago playing 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So you have previously approved a road closure for Meridian Street, but because that portion of the event that road will be closed for the entirety of the event. We're going to have a vintage vendor fair. So if anybody watching, or if you all know of anybody that kind of sells vintage items and they're interested, have them reach out to us on our website. But we're also going to be having classic cars come from all of the different eras, and that's where this additional closure kind of comes into play. So those two little hot pink rectangles, we're asking for 3 parking spaces on the west side and the east side of Alley Oop, just on the northern part of the street, to be closed off because we would like to have some classic cars parked there. I already have one from the 1930s that I'm really excited about coming. So hopefully, if anybody has a classic car from any of those eras, again, please reach out to us on our website. We would love to have you and feature your car. So it wouldn't be closed for the entirety of the event, just from 5 p.m. to 8:30 when the action's going on in that area of the event.
That's it, right? That's all you need for the.
That's all I need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions or concerns with that from the board? So really just a parking or.
Yeah, just the parking
space
there. The
closure.
road would be open, just
Yep.
parking. Yeah.
All right. With that, we entertain a motion to approve as presented.
I make a motion, we approve the street closure as presented.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, board. Thanks, Sarah.
Great. Thank you, guys.
All right, and next up will be streetlight poles banners for the Gulfside HOA. Jim Lewis.
My name is Jim Lewis from the Gulfside Ulen, and I represent the HOA board. And we have been in the process of trying to beautify our intersection at Elm Swamp and Gulfside. So right now we have no entranceway, nomenclature, any accents of any sort. So we've been working on trying to figure out how to do a monument. We ran into some easement problems with that. So right now we're working on is some banners that would welcome you to Gulfside. And it's fairly simple. It's very similar to what the city's already done up in the square, the veterans, the park, all those kind of things. John Mount, I've been working with John Mount, and it'd be very similar to some kind of graphics of that says Gulfside at Ulen. Those will be seasonal. Some of them will be changed. Some of them, as they wear, they'll be updated. And just like the city has the same issues. And I worked with Joe a little bit, and he gave me some information. So right now, what we'd like to request is to have 4 banners installed into Gulfside, 2 on the Elm Swamp, and possibly 2 on Anderson. And if I run this machine right, this is an AI generation similar to what we think we're going to want. Of course, all those will change according to the pictures. We'd like to accent Ulen Country Club, and we've talked to them, try to accent a little more marketing for Gulfside. So there would be 2 on Elm Swamp right inside our neighborhood, and possibly maybe 2 off Anderson. We do have quite a few different ideas for the hardware, and I've been talking to a firm out east, and this is very similar to what Joe gave me, what the city's got, their clamps, and I found this outfit in Evansville that professionally does this. So John Mount would hopefully do the graphics, and then we'd get a professional mounter come out of Evansville. So
So really all tonight, you're just asking for essentially permission to put up kind of neighborhood banners for your neighborhood on city poles that already exist.
Right, right. And those poles, Mayor, were updated, and they were the generic Russian factory-looking streetlights, and we paid for an upgrade. So basically, the neighborhoods, the HOA is in for about half the cost of those lights to begin with. And we're aware that there might be maintenance issues later on down the road because of the brackets. So what we'll do is we'll take care of it and make sure that they're done. And we actually paid for it to get those lights poles painted last year.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I personally, I don't have any concerns with them. I think having a little neighborhood pride's not a bad thing. So if you
No,
guys
it's
are,
not.
all the costs are coming from you guys, I don't have any concerns.
And it's gonna look great. You guys are gonna be jealous.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions or concerns from the board? Al?
As a Gulfside resident and on the board of the homeowners association, I request I abstain from this
That's
vote.
fair to be recused, absolutely, that's no problem, so. All right, anything else? With that, we'll entertain a motion to approve as requested.
I make a motion, we approve the street light bowl poles and banner replacement as presented.
Motion approved, is there a second? Second. Second from Judge, all fair side?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Alan? Okay, all right, that is approved, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, next up, this is approval of Whit Road plan issuance. Kevin?
Thank you very much. Just kind of a formality here. We're getting ready to finalize our final stage 3 and final tracing plans for the Whit Road project. And so we have to approve the plans. So this is you're the Board of Works, you're the contracting entity for the city. And so this is a requirement from NDOT that we put your approval and your signatures on the cover sheet of the plans. So share the cover sheet so you can see it here. So again, this is for the reconstruction of Whit Road from Lafayette Avenue north to just north of the north edge of Hickory Meadows, Rolling Meadows neighborhood. So what we're calling phase 1 of Whit Road reconstruction. So for your consideration, I'd like your approval of the issuance of the plans and the having your signatures placed on the cover sheet.
Questions or concerns? Okay. Obviously, this has been reviewed significantly by yourself, Kevin, and the team, so we're.
Absolutely. It's been reviewed by several people, so.
All right, with that, entertain a motion to approve the Whit Road plan, or the issuance of the Whit Road plans.
I'll make a motion, we approve the Whit Road plan.
Okay, motion approved, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. All right, and still Kevin here? Oh,
Thank you. I mentioned this in my report too, that we're.
Kevin, hold on a second. Good.
Do you want them to sign this, or?
Yes, if we can just sign that, we'll insert graphically, so we don't have to. No. Thank you.
All right, and next up is consultant selection concerning the construction manager advisor role for the Lebanon Fire Department Station 212 renovation.
Thank you very much. I mentioned this in my report. Under fire station or fire department projects, we're looking at some renovations to Station 212. We put an RFP out on the street, a request for proposals for us to engage with a construction manager as an advisor. So this is not a construction manager as contractor or constructor. These are terms under the Indiana code. So this is truly just hiring a construction manager to act as a consultant for the city and help us go through the bidding and the construction management of the overall construction project. So we put that RFP out on the street. We got 4 responses from First Due Company, Core Construction, Cunningham Construction, and Rigdon Construction. And those proposals were then given to Chief Batts and the deputy chiefs to review, and they have selected Cunningham Construction Group. So selected a local firm to go forward with this. Solid resume from Cunningham, but also I believe this was the lowest price cost proposal as well for those consulting services. So for your consideration, we are recommending that you authorize us to enter into a construction manager as advisor contract with Cunningham Construction, and that is currently not to exceed a flat fee of $56,850. This would be subject to legal review and authorizing the mayor to execute contracts.
Any questions or concerns with that from the board? Okay, entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Make a motion, we approve as presented.
Motion approved, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that is approved. Thank you, Kevin. All right, that concludes what I have for new business. Anything else from the board? Okay, move on to claims. Entertain a motion concerning the claims.
Make a motion, we approve the claims.
Motion approved, is there a second? Second from Judge, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Claims are approved. Any announcements or discussion? Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn then.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion adjourned from Dick, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, our next Board of Works meeting will be June 22nd at 6:15 PM. We are adjourned.
All right.